Hello, this will be Catching New Creatures Part 9. Since this is the fourth part in this cycle, I'll be facing the big guy, the Abyssal Colossus. In some ways he's the most challenging boss, but he also has plenty of weak spots, and this is just one big body you are facing. He doesn't have any minions, so you can pile up stats on him if you never found anything better. Usually some of the easiest ways to kill him is having 6, 7 or more health across your key monsters, multi-hits, strength scaling, applying this negative blue shield to him. You can essentially load him up with debuffs and cash on it, including even poison if you go this way. The problem with that is that he's prepared for you using too many debuffs, so with each applied debuff it increases chance of him selecting the primal rage move. He will remove all debuffs on himself and apply just as much damage to everything that's on his opposite side of the board, which can result in killing all your monsters on the field. There are ways to play around it. Usually the best way to do it is to either kill him before he can execute this move, use your own sleeping move of any kind that can put him to sleep and effectively cancel his move. You can run away with the smoke bomb. You can also, if nothing else is available, use the milk item, since milk item clears all debuffs, and most, if not all items can be used not only on your own monsters, but also on the enemies, even the positive ones like the milk. So in worst case scenario, and you do have milk, you can cleanse your enemy and effectively cancelling his extremely damaging attack. Another great threatening weapon of his is the extermination move that hits for 20. In some ways it follows the same counterplay as the primal rage, sleep, smoke bomb. You can also have a monster that have 21 health or higher and tank it up. You can also have armor, positive blue scales to tank it up, although that one is usually too hard to achieve. Even something as simple and frequently available as the protection buff on your monster with the highest health will be enough to tank this big hit. And that's pretty much it. So let's see which starters will be offered to me. This will be a Pioneer run. No changes. Hopefully I will be able to smuggle at least one new creature, but against this boss it might prove too difficult. Last in the previous cycle I skipped that step. Maybe this time I will be able to offset carrying potentially a monster that does nothing for my strategy. We shall see. Alright, so Gecko is a guaranteed good way of putting the Colossus to sleep. There is always a small chance that you will never find any other sleep during your run, and his evolved form has 7 health, so he meets 2 primary goals. I will take him. Lantern Dog could offer me an interesting increase in damage in his evolved form, especially if I was willing to extract the Lantern talent first before evolving him, which would effectively lower the Colossus, make Colossus more vulnerable to incoming attacks. The problem with this is that the Lantern Dog itself is squishy. He's squishy in the early game. Even his evolved form is somewhat squishy with only 6 health. He's good at finishing off non-boss monsters or bosses that cannot threaten him. Colossus is a little too risky for that in my opinion. Gecko is probably safer. There is some scam potential with taking this blood grab. If I ever find the duelist talent or somehow increase this blood grab speed to 20, the same as the Colossus, I could effectively trade blows with him forever, and that would, well, it wouldn't win the run exactly by itself, since when the Colossus goes, when his health is cut to half, he is very likely to use his move that will heal him back to full and put him to sleep, and when he awakens, his slumbering talent will deal damage, and that damage might get high enough to kill blood grab unless I was willing to move Leech Bite to a monster with a higher health to offset the slumbering damage. This could work, but this seems very unlikely. Duelist itself is not carried by any monster. There might also be some merit in keeping the Gecko as it is without evolving him. Xerododo is the best by the tier. Plain monsters. Carrying the Sloomy could potentially be an upside if I was able to evolve him, but it's probably not gonna happen without some friction along the way, since I would be carrying a one-one body that cannot trade well. Maybe I could like sleep an enemy left at 2 health and then retreat my Gecko, use Charm next turn and catch that monster. That could work against some targets, but I would preferably have something else that would be able to tank for longer. Here I am getting a nice Hornet. He's usually a dead end for late game, but he can offer me a nice access to a fast 3 damage attack. I can also use him to potentially take down any monster in the early mid game or maybe even in late game. And when he dies, he will give me honey, and being able to increase strength on my monsters, even with buffs like that, might matter later when will be gathering enough power to take down the Colossus. Once again this stone larva shows up. I think I am seeing him 3rd or 4th time during this cycle, and each time I rejected catching him. It's just, I don't like his body. Well, this Barrow could tank for me in the early game. I haven't seen this variant before, I think. It being able to hit first somewhat offsets this terrible starting health of 2, which is the main reason I refused to catch him in the previous runs. I will probably leave it until the next rotation when I will be facing the Eye of the Abyss, the easiest boss, maybe the second boss. But other than that, or seeing him with some super extra mutation, which he doesn't have here. Mutations are purple colored. I just cannot see myself catching him while facing a more demanding boss. It seems like a good way to lose the run. I don't have anything for this mystery trait, and there is a high chance of getting a very low value monster. Frequently when trading for 1 stars, you will be getting this walrus fish for some reason, and this monster is terrible. Like, that's speed is okay, the health is poor, moves are not helping much. It's like worse lantern dog that doesn't evolve. Let's grab this hornet. Oh, he's trying to heal himself, but I won't allow it. Luckily he has only 1 health, so he can be easily captured. His 4 speed is surprisingly annoying. Looks like I will be taking this 2 damage no matter what. So I want to have 2 dodos damaged or only 1 and have more health on my Gecko. Would that matter to have the Gecko damaged already? I'm not sure. Might want to keep those guys healthier just to be able to tank more enemies that will be hitting in the early game for 3 or even 4 damage. Put the Wolfufa to sleep. Unfortunately, this variant didn't came with the underdog talent, which would have been excellent for the Colossus when put on a low tier monster, or even kept on Wolfufa as it is. There is some scam potential with this Silver Hornet that if I am desperate I might resolve to doing this. I could put this pollinator on a Deep Weeper later and start farming honey since this monster will self-revive as long as he was killed during battle. Each time he dies, he would give me honey on death. Oh, a new monster. More on death synergies. It would be hilarious to find Deep Weeper later and farm armor this way, though it would be very slow. Let's see. Vampirism. 4 damage attack. Now that's the type of mutated stuff from higher monsters that might make me want to catch something. This guy could act as a tank. Initially, I could place him on the board and he would go to sleep, which would prevent him from acting, but he would also get 3 armor on that turn. Not the greatest way to tank stuff. I like this Forgotten Laboratory since it would let me capture anything before the boss. And no, it doesn't work on bosses. If you think that it would, well, don't worry, there is an idea going to improve the description of this item and mentioning and mentioning that it doesn't work on bosses because too many peoples were trying this despite, you know, like using common sense. Like, can you imagine how this game would look like if this item would have worked against bosses? I could see many people save scamming their runs and hunting for this item and using it exclusively to defeat bosses. I'm using for a moment very unhealthy for the balance of the game if it worked like that. I do get one fish back, so I could catch this. The speed is not great. Health is also lacking. This 4 damage move has some potential to... It's effectively just a worse Xerododo. Similar speed. I guess he can hit for 4 unconditionally. Some small chance to make a comp that farms stats on death. Defeating Colossus this way would be hilarious, but there is almost no way to proc it enough times to get out of range of all Colossus attacks this way. I would need to find Mystic Presence, maybe even get another copy to have everything multiplied, and maybe then it would work, but it would still be very slow. I guess he can tank with this refraction. Doesn't last very long. Do I have... I do have berries for this. I cannot make use of the Leech Venom. It's an extra here. Spores wouldn't be useful during the boss. There is some small chance of finding the Mask Howler with Resentful later, and since any debuffs the user gets is also applied to the opposing enemy, these Vile Spores could be used as your poor way to put the enemy to sleep too. But I don't think this is something I can bank on right now. It seems very convoluted. I would take it over not having anything, but I'm not sure if I'm in a position to do such thing. Oh, my Gecko has a good matchup here. He can put this Spinehawk to sleep before he can do anything, unless he selects Swift Scratch, but I can tank this 1 damage attack. 2 health remaining. Do I capture mutated drop, but extra health? Would I make use of Vampirism in this round? Hard to say. Probably not. He could trade well with some potentially dangerous enemies later. Since speed ties favor the enemy act first. Even if the enemy puts your monster to 0 health, if you have something that would heal your monster back when your monster hits back during the speed tie, it will prevent your monster from dying. So what I'm using... I don't know. I think some of those new monsters added have very questionable base stats. Four is already an average stat line, so being below that is... Am I skipping him? I already have one health monster, at least this one can do something. take out enemy before he dies. This one would struggle to do the same. I guess maybe I can find some target I would be able to stall a little, and I have limited stalling options, so these two could act as my stalling things. This is a 7 health monster, effectively, but it starts asleep. I could hit it. Oh, I can only hit him for 6 before he wakes up. So I would need to catch him if I want to avoid taking damage from him. Maybe I should, he does have an extra speed. I think this cryosleep would also work with Resentful. Your worst version of the sleep trap. Though I guess this one doesn't care about the speed stat on the enemy. Seems... I don't know, it seems too weird. He wouldn't be attacking during fights. Oh, Trap Funks would trade very slowly unless the enemy is faster. Speed tie, 3 damage here. This guy is put to sleep. Hopefully I draw my Gecko. Okay, I will decide in a moment. How I spread out the damage on these guys. I guess I can let this guy take one more. Part of me thinks that catching that thing might be an error, but it does have more stats than usual. My party is currently cannot stop bleeding between fights, and this guy could match potentially some very dangerous enemies who would share the same speed. Anemones, so that's your name. Oh, so what, I catch him and I kill him? Or do I catch him? Do I catch him or do I kill him? Killing him would be easier. A lot easier. Yeah, probably shouldn't add him to the deck. It's just not... I shouldn't take unnecessary risk like that. It was already painful in the previous run to carry a monster that didn't match my team, Glaborax. And that monster at least had good stats, and this one has horrible stats. 8-6 versus 3-4 is just not a fair comparison. Oh no. I didn't think about that before. And I am being punished for it. Maybe I should have catch him just to avoid this worst case scenario. Oh well. So I could sacrifice one of my Dodos and keep the rest healthy. I could take 4 damage on one of those Xerododos. Yeah, Without the blue scales, the sturdy, I would have been able to kill him now like I planned. I guess I did have a reason to catch that thing after all. Now I am in the phase of taking a 4 damage hit because I wanted to preserve one food that I would have been forced to use on a monster I don't care about. Oh well. Now I need to take 2 damage here too. Let's see. I can set up a 2-turn kill here. Maybe I do catch that. This guy. Just to tank a little. Maybe if this was some of his other variants that have had a multi-hitting move. This is just such a plain attack. Cannot make use of the Leech Venom. Cannot make use of his stats. Even if I fuse him, he would start asleep. I would need Inversion to trade his stats. Maybe that would be one reason to catch him, for the Inversion. Yeah, I probably should do that. And for that I can do something like this. I probably should preserve this 1 health Xerododo for the next fight. A little of change of plans. Maybe the Inversion idea will work out. I can catch anything, so that's also something to keep. Oh, there is an Inversion. Oh, look at that. Fulmination. One of the pinnacles of the poison archetype. This could kill Colossus if I could get 20 poison applied to him. This is a 4-star move. Here it's a random mutation. But I'm not sure if finding as much poison is realistic with the stuff I have. And the other stuff is not interesting. Whereas here I can make use of this 4/7. I can probably give it to Gecko. Gecko being able to act first means I can put many upcoming enemies to sleep. There are many mid-game enemies that have 6 speed. With 7 speed I would be able to act first and put them to sleep. He would remain useful even if I don't evolve him. Okay. Can I... How's my catching? Renobeam might be useful during the Colossus if I can find a big body monster somewhere. This group cover on this new monster could also act as a way to increase the... Let me tank more hits from the Colossus. The body is passable for a 2-star, 5/4. Oh, it is kind of funny that the top one of the best 1-star creature, Xerododo, has the same stats as a 2-star monster. Oh, this Bloatfly is... I can farm honey with this bloatfly. Wow. Alley to the left, so it would need to be here. Farming honey. Well, this game suddenly got this run suddenly got a lot more spicy than I anticipated. There is some merit in using my vial to catch this Gigapod just for the stats. Not for the boss, but just to carry me through the mid-game. Maybe even late game. Well, he would not exactly carry me, but having a 7-5 body, I could even heal him. A revive plan, so I am even if I spend berry, I'm getting nectar back, and nectar can catch monster of all kinds. I'm unlikely to find any decent monster in this egg, but there is a small chance. They will be all 1-star only. There was a brief period when the game launched when you could find silver beetle inside the egg. I missed that. By the time I knew about this, it was already patched out. It would have been hilarious to find silver beetle this way. Monster you normally see as your Battle 5 reward. If only I had a different starter. I could take this Fulmination now and never find enough poison later, but if I do, it would be such a satisfying way to win against the Colossus. This could act also, this egg as a full heal. Unless it catches, but I think I am on board on the farming honey plan, although this plan is a little ambitious. It would let me use the suicide sting attack. The only problem would be drawing these two monsters, and whichever monster will be in front of the Bloatfly would need to be weak enough to not kill this Bloatfly. Farming honey. Maybe this is a bait. I don't have good stalling options to arrange this. At best I could maybe get... what? 4, 5, 6, 7... 5 honeys this way? 4 from this, and when this monster dies for real, 5 honeys. That's 10 strength to any monster of my choosing, although I don't have any multi-hitting moves yet, which is a bit of a concern. I don't have any poison either. So, well, this toxic wave would count, but the initial amount of poison is too low for this to amount to anything. Extra speed on this Bloatfly. Maybe I give him Vampiris. How would that even look? here I could get some herbs. Though right now my deck doesn't look like one that can farm resources. I don't have enough creatures that can tank. They all have 5 health, so I would be taking a fair bit of them, and this is a hit all lane move. Yeah, that's another reason to not go there. This is even higher, unless I use my secret formula. Maybe the wording was already changed. Here it only specifies wild creatures. What other poison monsters would I be able to find later? This 3-star monster would be a nice start. One of the new monsters. So that's one poison candidate that I may or might not find next. And this guy, yes, this guy would be great for this Xaran. Yeah. One of his variants would be more tricky to get poison going unless I catch this guy that gives armor. That would make applying poison easier. But not many 3 stars, so what? I would be stuck with 4 stars to apply poison. Sarin spray and honey would work wonders. 30% chance to only 30%, 33, 1 in 3 that any deep terrain I find will have this move. Poison that scales with strength. What else? Glaborax. His default poison move is slow. 2 is not doing it. Needlefang would be decent. Frequently run into him when facing 4 stars. With Neuromorphos I could farm any move I want if I had enough time. Though my PC might give up first before that happens. Silent one would pretty much win the run, but it's not poison related, though he could copy poison moves. I don't have a good way of dealing with this guy other than throwing multiple monsters at him. Unless I use my secret formula, but it also feels like a waste. Well, it feels like a waste on one hand, but then I would get access to a very fast Gecko that can put enemies to sleep, and sleep usually makes catching enemies a lot easier, even the more annoying ones. So maybe that's the plan. This Fulmination is tempting though. But I would take so much damage here, and if he selects Toxic Wave, this Shroomzard would be powered up with the Fume Sniper. I cannot prevent him from going off, so there's 75% chance that he will select his top move, but if I lose the percentage war and he selects the middle move, that could be cost me dearly. This Sting Slug is of no concern. I can kill it by leaving one slot empty or just using Silver Hornet against it. Here, to make this fight smooth, I would need to use my secret formula here. Even though this monster is not offering me anything for the Colossus. I mean, stats are not bad. Maybe I even would use him as my swap target. But that would mean that the Gecko would remain slow. Use him as the swap target. This is a very tough choice. Well, I almost certainly take this fight. I'm just not sure what my game plan is. I would prefer if this was something else to face. As a 3-star monster, this guy is heavily pushed in terms of stats. Which works great when you catch him, but you still need something extra to make him useful for you later. I cannot even enable his Venom Haste. I cannot enable his bottom move either. So it would be just a temporary 7-5 body with 4 damage attack. Farming honey. Don't have tools to farm honey, that's the problem. Here I can get a little bit of time bought, but it's not enough. Maybe with this group cover I would get enough time. Yeah, that's something I didn't consider. Though group cover would also make it harder to let my Silver Hornet die. Group cover would also keep the Bloatfly alive. Oh, what a weird run. If only Quetzi was my initial starter, I would probably go for this 2-bubber Fulmination plan. And then look up for more poison later, since I would still have some basic poison with me and it would be enough. But without Quetzi this is very risky. But it might also turn out that by not taking this risk I might lack damage later. I have 2 fish, so I guess I'm catching this and probably ignore the herbs. Easy. Let's not overthink this. If my intuition is telling that I should do this. Sleep for do I still have? Oh, I won't have any healthy dodo afterwards. It is a little concerning to have them all damaged. Guess I will start letting them die in the next fight. I don't want to kill him, so... Now I am getting a free turn here. No place for you, sorry. I don't have a good setup to farm herbs. What I am going to do is already a little convoluted, so... adding another piece that's slow is probably not gonna work in my favor. Let's stick to the original plan. And this heals Gecko too. I can get rid of this now, probably. Fusion, Oh, bleeding, reinvigorating. What do you have, bro? Nostro, but not the Nostroptera I was looking for, the wrong one. There's some chance that this Tremor Sense would be my winning condition, but I would need to find the other Porpit. Oh, not Porpit. I would need to find Trench Crawler, since he can cash in on these marks. I guess even this Porpit could... I guess the other Porpit would also work, since I could stack the negative blue shields. Phantom Matter could let me ensure that I would win any non-boss fight no matter what, if I draw that monster. Fusion lets me make use of the stats of this big guy, and I could fuse him with the Bloatfly 7/7. It's probably what I should do. So how is this fight itself? Likely for damage attack to... Do I make use of the reinvigorating? I don't. I don't? I could refresh anesthesia, it might be worth something. My food, I can catch anything. I'm getting 2 back, which is great. Vengeful could work with the killing your own monsters plan. It's just that usually this plan doesn't work during bosses, with some exceptions. And one of those exceptions could work during this boss fight. I would need to find Cave Maw and use the tentacles that he spawns whenever one of my non-tentacle monsters dies or retreats. Since they are a disposable 3 health fodder and they easily die, I could maybe use that to farm strength. I'm still not seeing any multi-hitting moves, which is a little concerning. I might be forced to take the Aberration reward if offered. This guy will be of no use to me. My Dropbat could trade here well. Could I farm blood? I could, but it would be only useful for catching stuff, maybe for healing in a pinch. Sometimes blood can be used to manipulate health of your own monsters by damaging them if they don't like meat, and which can manipulate where the Colossus exterminate attack would land. I've done this at least once, when I killed my Aberration, when I let my Aberration die by a mistake during a late fight. And that saved the run. Nice big body, but I don't like this talent very much. Although, maybe it would work here. I do have vampirism. But if this talent procs, it would make killing my Hornet harder. That's the problem. I can see myself throwing away a fair bit of monsters here. This brawl move could be annoying, but I just need to slam him once for like 3 damage, and then I can finish him off with the next attack. His 3 speed is very slow. This guy is not threatening. This guy is only threatening if the trick move can power up. I used the trick move at least once against this boss when I was farming consumables, and it was a miserable experience, but it worked. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do the same now. Maybe I fuse this guy. He could make one of my guys more tanky. He would let me stall easily. How am I can only catch one mid-target here. I probably wouldn't fuse him, I think. Seven. Not the greatest moves. I cannot fuse him or I won't get the fun fact, although this might be too ambitious to use him like this. Maybe I am supposed to fuse these two and use the group cover on the first turn and later fish for adrenaline shot, but then again it would make getting this pollinator, suicide sting, adrenaline shot combo harder to use. I would be able to use it here, I think. So that's one extra honey. Well, I can test if it even works. It's just a theory of mine. It should, but this game sometimes can surprise you for better or worse. I do like fusion to compress my deck. Early 7-7, but without moves that matter is a little concerning. Maybe did I catch this? This is not accomplishing anything. Nothing to farm. What if I were to fuse Fleshbone with this Bloatfly? Maybe that's better. 6-7 can make use of items. I will be using items during fights at some point. He will be fairly fast at 7 speed. My ally will be dying, so that's more strength. Well, this sounds so stupid, but it just might work. I've never done this, so the results might be weird. I guess that's what I'm gonna do, but then how I'm gonna heal him back with vampirism? I don't have a good way to heal back unless I catch this goose, but this is... I do have some moves that I could refresh. Am I skipping on catching this Melursus? I could refresh something with this. That's technically another honey. Oh! The Colossus could kill someone and then I could revive it. That's... that's just... I don't know. It's just... right now I feel like I'm lacking damage, that's the problem. This is some... This and honey will be my... and the streak move will be my limited scaling options. Wish I had something better that would let me heal my... Group cover would work. Armor would be consumed first. And then I could farm bleeding. Bleeding would make upcoming fights, battle 6 and 7 much safer and give me fuel for the trick move. So does that mean I am skipping on catching this mutated monster? Maybe I am. Bodyguard would be useful, but my deck is currently not small enough to keep cycling this bodyguard to make someone more durable. Very gimmick synergy. But it should work. Taking herbs. I just skipped herbs, but this is a better herb target. If this reinvigorating, it would offer me something extra. I don't know. Let's see, a few items. Honey, Vengeful. I do have sleep. Or maybe I am in not such a bad spot as I had thought. Okay. Dodos are about to do what they were supposed to do. Okay, my draws are this. I'm waiting for this Bloatfly. I want to leave something weak alive. I might want to have all these guys reasonably damaged before this Fleshbone pops in. Or take out someone first and then start working on this Fleshbone that will come in, so that he doesn't get the Vengeful power up. Dodos would be nice for trading with this Fleshbone, since they have the same speed. Let's see, I want to put something to... Oh, I drew the wrong Dodos. Oh, they are all damaged the same. Yeah, that's a little concerning. So I'm certainly playing him. Do want to put this guy to sleep. I probably should have let one of my damaged Dodos die earlier and have one now that's more healthy. Or maybe I was supposed to play Yeah, I think I was supposed to play one Dodo this turn. Yeah, so that's an error on my part. So I guess I should do something like this. And then I can finish him off and restock my anesthesia move. This guy is put to sleep. Here I am at 3 health. For once I'm happy that this guy is so slow. My Dodo, Mexro Dodo can act first and deliver this beautiful 4 damage attack to his face. Now I can get another anesthesia. Oh, I can take him out. How do I want to do this? Oh, a Dropbat can trade with this Flashbomb forever. Here I am left at 1. Same speed, so I would need to put someone faster here next turn. It could be Hornet. Maybe I want to kill him now. This would be 3 damage. Am I catching this or not? To get berry, I don't get berry back. This is technically my only berry right now, so I guess I'm... they both die, is that bad? Flashbone arrives here. Flashbone gets bodyguard protection. Bodyguard protection would prevent traps, vampirism from working, but I can put him to sleep for 1 turn. Can finish off this plated guy. To deal with this guy, I don't have anything good for him, now that I realized. So does this mean that I want to take this part slow? And keep taking damage here, since his health doesn't matter? Is that right? I think so. Back to 3, back then 1. Still top move, not the priority move. Yeah, just Flashbone. I want to put him to sleep. Or do I just trade like this? If I do it like this... Oh, I finally drew this guy. Need to set up this Suicide Sting thing, so that means that I am... doing what? Playing Hornet now. If I play Hornet now, then... to the left? To the left. So I could play Hornet. Could play... Ooh, this would give him strength 2. I think I can catch him before he wakes up. So I play Hornet now. Hornet is faster. I am faster here, I am faster here. This guy will show up here, so the bodyguard talent will be wasted. To the left, yes, to the left, not to the right. Excellent. Is that good or bad? Might be bad. Guess I will sacrifice Xerododo to tank hits from this. It will certainly be something like... Now he will be left at 1 health. How inconvenient. And he will have 2 armor this turn. I guess I can use the Gigapod to tank this guy next turn. Oh no, or maybe not, because I will be using him for fusion. Ali to the left. Ali to the left. Or maybe I do it differently, maybe like this. He's at 8. 8 doesn't work. He will be at 2. I don't want to catch him just because it's convenient. That's the problem. I want this. If he's at 8, this is 2. This is 1. Oh. Looks like I will need to use this Gigapod to tank this body slam next turn. Oh, this Tortoise formation. He had only 25% chance of selecting this move. So even though I stripped him of the armor with his bodyguard talent, he still decided to be paying. Well, I guess I can test this interaction. Left, Ali to the left. So can I farm honey this way or not? Yeah, this works. Xerododo here. Taking this 3 damage attack. Just because he selected different move than usual. I do want this flashbang, right? That's my damage. Ooh. Oh, I can do it this way by not. I can get what I want by not attacking. Yeah, this is just a neat shield. Problem with fusing him with the Bloatfly is that he's 1 health off of the safe amount. So when I go all in to kill the Colossus, I would have to finish it before he wakes up, unless I can manage to increase his health. But I guess that's with an event or with armor. I guess this should cover it. So this, I guess. So what's my battle 5? Silver Beetle. I actually wanted to see silver. This looks like if I went the Fulminate... Oh, Spotted Gigapod had a poison variant. Maybe I did forgot to review him. Maybe I forgot about this, that he had this. What's my... there is Aberration, there is multi-hit. Being able to duplicate debuffs. Oh, that's a tough one. I did get honey, right? I did, yes. Okay, the team is getting together. Silver Beetle means this guy would have 7 extra health, better sleeping move that can be used 3 times. So the way things are going, I think I will be only putting the Colossus to sleep once. This would be my damage. Crystal Search and Honey, yeah, this wins. I can load Honey, I can double it, I can double the group cover. Aberration is likely to find something useful too. I can catch both, right? I have to use Nectar, and I am not getting meat back. I think there would be only one meat monster that could punish me for this if I were to see hit Tiger with Smoke Bomb next fight, since this will be the last fight when 3-star monsters will be available in the fight right after. I can refresh Crystal Surge. Well, I guess I have a very high amount of damage with me. So now I just need bodies that can survive some hits. This could be able to survive hits, so maybe I catch him too. I'm spending berry, I'm getting berry back. This can act as a weak 2-turn sleep move, which might help me in case I would end up needing more than 1 sleep. This is also another item, so more power up for the trick move. With all those honeys, food also counts as items, so I can heal something to full. Yeah, right now I don't have any protection against the boss using the exterminate attack, unless you count this adrenaline shot as a way to revive my monster with the highest health, and I think I will probably do that. I'm very happy this fight is ordered. If those 2 guys were swapped, then the Galvanize would affect this Tongue Biter, so he would be 1 extra strength on the first turn. Though I guess you could say that it does it better. I could just throw 1 Dodo in on the first turn and let him soak the excessive damage. This Ambush Fist could surprise me if I am not careful, since he's in the back slot. When something from these 3 disappears from the board, either dies or I catch it, this guy comes in, and if there is one of my monster opposing that empty slot, he would be hit by this 2 damage. Those type of talents, sooner or later, if you are not careful, they will end up killing your monster, or putting you in a worse position than you anticipated. Oh, I only have 8 monsters. Do I care about this vampirism? I could have a nice duel here. I probably don't care about this vampirism. One of those moves will be probably moved to the Aberration. Aberration might roll his own multi-hits move of very high tier. He can even roll Eco. Eco will be also game winning with the stuff I have. This could act as my biggest health boy, and I probably wouldn't mind sacrificing him, especially if I can revive him once. I can revive him twice. They are revived at 1 health, right? 1 health, so then I would need to... Then I could use my Urina Beam to heal him back to full. Yeah, this all checks out. I have almost a Colossus-proof strategy ready if I can catch this tree and mix them up with my team and this Aberration. I might end up scrapping this Gecko. Or I could carry him as my 6th monster. Colossus is one of the few monsters where I sometimes carry more than 5 monsters, because I often pass the first Colossus turn, which lets me... And since I am forced to play at least 1 monster, that means that my remaining hand in the next turn will have the 5 monsters I care about most. Can these geckos accomplish anything here? This is a little damage. I can put this guy to sleep with my Gecko. I can put all of them to sleep, in fact. Excellent matchup. Great reason why having high speed on a sleep user is excellent. Can't make good use of the evolved Xerododo this time. He's better against other bosses, and Silver Beetle has negative synergy since his main talent is a Warcry to act first, but with the Silver Beetle it won't trigger until you retreat your Xerogriffin, or if you extract this talent post when he is evolved and then apply it, and it would only be active during the 7th battle in this situation. And against Colossus acting fast, almost none of them matters. Well, rarely when you are directly opposing him, you might wish that your middle monster would act before the Colossus, but this almost never matters. So what, do I cut 1 Xerododo now or not? I could get some crappy draws, so maybe cutting 1 is fine. Priority attack, or more the reason to effectively pass this turn. I can pre-damage this guy. Then when I kill him, this guy drops. I guess I have to play something, and only he is faster. As long as there is an empty lane on my side, he will act first. Though, if this tongue biter was in this spot instead, then since he also acts first and his speed is faster than my Dodo's, he would be faster. Still, no. Oh, I'm getting a freebie. Wow, that's just so nice of him. I think I want to put to sleep one of them and then kill one of then finish him next turn to refresh my sleeping move. I think I want to do it like this. I can use group cover now. So who takes this hit? He can take this? This doesn't set up capture next turn unless I'm willing to use an item, which I am not. In that case, what happens next turn? Maybe I played him too hastily and I was supposed to play Gigapod here? Yeah, I was not supposed to play Amalgamate here, that was an error. I just saw this group cover and I wanted to load him up so that he could bleed a little and give me more items, but this might have been too ambitious. Yeah, it probably was too ambitious. So to cover for my mistake I would need to... I guess I can play Gigapod next turn and set up a capture here instead, when he will be asleep. I'm taking 2 damage here, the next turn I have armor. Not attacking here. Not attacking here. It's weird. What food do I get? Oh. Cannot... Using one of the items now would solve the problem. He is at 7, he's at 5. He can tank this hit next turn, but I would need to hit him twice for 2. Not attacking. How about this? I get hit by 1. But I get 2 bloods. Maybe I was supposed to move this vampirism. So I guess I'm putting him to sleep next turn. Oh no! I should have known there would be a catch. My memory was hardwired to a similar skill on this Aspiceros. I should have known that the numbers wouldn't be this high on a lower tier monster. This is team white. This is neighbors. Oh, that was very bad. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, this is a lot worse than I thought. A lot worse. I would almost go as far as call it useless when this is an inflexible skill. Skills that are not flexible are often bad. Oh, if I had swapped these guys, that would have been acceptable. Oh, I took 4 damage for 3 extra damage for no reason. Awful. I might still need this bad skill for the Colossus fight. Oh, this is... I guess I can retreat him and draw him again next turn. Oh, just my whole plan just crumbled. Now I am forced to heal him with blood, which is terrible. Like, yeah, I am forced. Oh, that's so awful. This is so awful. This was such an easy fight until I made this blunder. Those type of skills other than pheromones were not in the game, and Warden were not in the game. Not getting used to the new creatures punished me here severely. Oh. No, he is loaded with armor he currently doesn't need. Oh, it's just so bad. If I swapped them last turn. Okay. I could play him here, but then this ambush feast drops in. I need anesthesia. Anesthesia is not ready yet. Oh no, the numbers are not adding up. So, to cover for my error I need to do what? So awful. These two can trade with each other. If I hit here, I have sleep available for someone else. I might be forced to use my Rhino Beam in this fight, which is not reading. I went on autopilot when I saw this skill, thinking it affects everyone on the board. Such a blunder. Well, at least I got 2 bloods. How do I recover from this now? Spent 1 blood here, and I am left at 1 health against this. I can tank that. I can sacrifice this Gigapod, which means I am Yeah, I probably should have moved Vampirism here. Sacrifice Gigapod. Sacrificing Gigapod is correct. What a useless monster. Maybe his other variants are better. Left at 1 health. Jeez. Getting hit by 2. I guess that's what's gonna happen. Or maybe I should have retreated him, sacrificed this Tortoa to Power Pit. Yeah, that might have been better. Yeah, that would have been better. Wasting my precious resources. At least I have the next turn set. Yeah, I do. A recovery after a very big error. Pretty much the first one, no, maybe the second one, but this run, but this error was big. Very big error. Oh, it doesn't matter what I use. Body slam. I act first. Capture range, capture range. This definitely goes to sleep. Mine? Well, my team is about to be refilled with high quality monsters, so it's fine. I can... I could test this interaction I talked about, being dead and alive at the same time. Part of me, since the monster that stays at 0 health, even briefly, seems to be considered dead because it's recognized by the Revenant event. It works when the monster evolves, but this guy won't evolve. This count as dying? Maybe, but I am either way I am not willing to test this. Just taking advantage of this sweet speed tie. Oh, I won't be faster next turn, so I must set up capture here soon enough. I still want Suicide Sting done. I can do Suicide Sting next turn. Being faster, putting him to sleep. Don't think I can farm these 2 bloods this turn unless I was willing to... Well, maybe I am supposed to put 1 blood here. give vampirism to him? I would like to wait before I decide after I see my aberration. So what, next turn Suicide Sting goes there? But then how I am dealing with this Chasm Horror? I might sacrifice this Tortoa. So I am not attacking here, I think. Maybe I should move Vampirism now, and he will remain damaged in the upcoming fights. I wonder. But I can't extract vampirism without killing him. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, the vampirisms come. This is concerning. Suicide Sting, Adrenaline Shot. How do I land the remaining damage here? Sting would do it if I sacrifice this thing. I mean, sacrifice of this Tortoa. Getting my sweet honey. Oh, right, I'm vengefulness. This works. If I were to move vampirism, this has to wait. I could make use of him during the boss fight, but I would need to. Maybe I am supposed to move it. Yeah, this would make that fight a lot safer. Even though I am biased in favor of disliking that move. Where would I even put it? That's a good question. Maybe on him? I can see him as my left piece, not my center piece during the boss fight. Having this move extracted would give me higher range for tanking Colossus slumbering hits, or maybe from his other unhinged rough attack, and I can duplicate this armor output with Crystal Surge, and I can use Crystal Surge to twice with the item I'm getting from this fight, so guess extracting this group cover would make the Colossus safer. And I guess I'm not carrying him to the end. Is that right? Maybe I will pick some other late game monster instead. Hopefully I won't end up regretting this. Okay. The team has been reworked. The weak have been cooled. I guess I still have Hornet and Dropbat. Dropbat will probably give his vampirism soon. Or maybe I will just scrap him. Nice big fat body. 7-8 to... Well, if I were to take 9-6, which I normally don't do, but against this boss it sometimes works. I do have two fairly fast monsters, but that would mean that I'm reviving Aberration during the boss fight, and not this Chasm Horror. I wonder if when they are revived, if that triggers the unplaced effects. Probably not. So I will stick to this. Oh! I do have some on-death synergies. I do have the damage. This also would amplify my damage, but I can reasonably only apply it once, maybe twice. Oh, this run really wants me to go with the on-death stuff. So what but it would work if this guy dies. Berserk is a little risky. It doesn't let me tank the Unhinged Rat or Slumbering easily. But it would speed up the fight by a lot with all the honeys. I do have a lot of damage. I could rush him down. There's a decent chance that by taking this Berserk I increase my chance of losing the next two fights simply by forgetting that I have Berserk. I am not used to taking this talent because the risk is very high if you don't have also the protection buff to reduce the damage taken to 1. I think I can rush him. My honey farming is at 2. I will let my Hornet die 3 more times. That's 10 strength. That's 20. Crystal Surge used again, that's 40. Doubled by Berserker, that's 80. 160 with the multi-hit. Well, a little higher, but because the base value, so that's like 160... 68? Oh, this is... I can load up some extra armor, which won't matter. Maybe it will make me feel slightly safer. I would probably prefer having it somewhere else. But I don't think I would be allowed to move it, but it might still end up. Preparation. Living wall. Oh. Wow, that's a lot of tanking that I would probably end up moving, and now I regret taking this group cover, but you cannot predict this would happen. Preparation would make some sense, but I think I just finished the Colossus by attacking twice during one turn when I am putting the Colossus to sleep. Oh wait, I need to set up first, so on the second turn I am using Crystal Search unless he's using Unhinged Rat. And even if he does, I could put him then to sleep. In the middle slot would be Crystallon. He would use Crystal Search. My honeys are multiplied to 20. The double bite will hit for something like 22. 44. For something like 80, and then I would finish him next turn. So no time to use preparation. I might move Living Wall somewhere else. Swarming Assault would also speed up the damage on the Colossus, but I would probably need to move this move to someone else. And it only lasts one turn, which is not good. So I would use it on the turn I'm going all in. Wait, I guess it carries to the when used on the. I think it should carry over to the next turn. So maybe this would be something I do on the second turn, and it would still be active during my third turn, where I am going all in, and then I am hitting for something like 200 with this guy. I would still need to use Syringe to move it. But I guess that happens with Living Wall as well, which would leave me only to Preparation, but I probably won't be using Preparation. Maybe this is more damage if I use Preparation first? Probably not. I don't know. Now I might have no room to use this thing at all. So yeah, then I'm suddenly getting so much armor, but you couldn't predict that it would work like this. I guess I go with the offensive option. Oh, these are all kind of trash. I could maybe set up something that would clean the board, but and I do have stuff that dies, just it's difficult to set it up in a way that would please me. This might actually end up being too much damage during the before the boss, and useless after. I don't know if I want to waste Syringe on extracting this. Maybe I should have stick with the Living Wall, but Living Wall would also not be very good on him because of Berserk. I guess I could get out of range with the Living Wall and the Crystal Surge. I might end up, if I take this, I might end up hitting the remaining enemies and killing them too fast before I get all my resources. Now I wish I used this to extract vampirism and give it to Amalgamate. Cannot use him effectively at the moment, that's the problem. I guess that there is some hope for reviving my Amalgamate, but probably won't go this route. I guess. Oh, more items, yes, I want more items. I want more items. Nap. Oh, nap would be nice too. More sleep. Oh, this would be my better sleep source. And he has Nocturnal Sun too, so that's more damage. It's a better Chasm Horror than the one I have. Okay, I am in, or maybe I am in position to wait with moving these moves. Am I? No, I am not. The deck is too big, so I need to do it now. Let's see if I've fixed. Normally Berserk doubles all the damage taken, and this includes syringes during combat. I don't think they fixed this when used outside combat, is that right? Yep, they didn't. If I were to do the same in combat, I would have been left at 5 health. I have no use for another multi-hit, I believe. Well, those 3 items could be nice. Just... Oh! There is my protection. Do I have any negative items? I don't. They have any negative self buffs, debuffs? No. So here I can get. What's my remaining food? I can only use 1 berry. I'm getting berry back. This fight looks easy. Can I make use of the Tree of Balance? Maybe I set him to 7/7 and don't get a curse that would backfire, but even if it does, I think most of them would be acceptable at this point, and it would act as a full heal on him without me using items, so I could get some more bleeds. At this point, I'm not sure if I will even carry him to the boss, but for now I still need him to revive this Hornet and get a few more honeys. This is a very easy fight. This is a very easy guy. This is 5 damage. 5 damage. I can put him to sleep. But for that to work, my draws must be good enough. Even if I cut this drop, but I might still draw 1 monsters I don't want. Oh, I miss that I would need for this fight. Getting vampirism now. Maybe I put him here, but with his all-in plan, the healing is not gonna work. 2 syringes left. Maybe I do move this Swarm Assault before the boss. This would act as my weak Blinding Flare. And I usually like Blinding Flare against this boss. But the difference is that Blinding Flare will stay for the rest of the fight. And this move will only, if used first by my leftmost monster, it will only last 2 turns, which might be good enough. With 2 Chasm Horrors I would have 2 revive targets. Pain Harvester is not happening. Not against this oh, another item, yes, more items. Probably won't matter at this point. Maybe I should have given him this other multi-hit move. That would... Yeah, I probably should have. And this... Yeah, that would... I think that's what my remaining syringes were supposed to be used for. Now I cannot afford to do that. Still not sure who will be carrying. I probably need to leave him as he is, so that's my 4 monsters. This guy will probably... This guy will probably be removed before the boss. He will act as the same, but he's more reliable, and if he retreats every turn, then he won't be able to put the boss to sleep. Unless I move this chokehold, which I might. But I don't think I need that much, so I'll probably only need him once. Yeah, this is oh no, I need 2 crystal. No, I would need 1 more sleep. Okay, let's see if I break my draws. I didn't. Excellent. Guess you could argue that I did in some way. I have nothing that can tank this guy. I can kill one of them, I can put him to sleep. Yeah, as long as he stays on the board, taking this extra damage from the Nocturnal Sun is very uncomfortable. Maybe I am supposed to sacrifice him? Oh, I guess I don't need my full heal, so maybe this is a good battle to use it. Is that right? And I can farm him later. Okay, this... don't play too fast. I need 6 damage here. This Pain Harvester is getting in my way. I could use honey to get through him, but... Galvanize... I could leave him at 1, still not enough. Next turn I will be fine, I just need to figure out something for this turn. If I use full here, could use Silver Hornet there. And tanking this big hit, which is not ideal. If I can tank this hit, it means I can work. No, if cannot attack him unless I one-shot him, otherwise I take a extra damage. So what am I doing? Am I using this feast to speed up capturing him? Probably. No, next turn I can kill him. Oh, this is not a good matchup against this unless I have Crystalon, so I will need a slot empty. That's not something I can do without sacrificing someone. Sacrificing this Chasm Horror would work. Then this double bite will be improved by this Galvanize twice next turn. That's 8. And 8 here. In whoever will be standing there, which is Patchy. I cannot play him now. When Silver Hornet dies, I get plus 2. Oh, I can also get Galvanize. Silver Hornet here, revive him. I tank after using this remedy. I'm down to 2. Next turn I have access to 6, 5, 6, 5, 6 on trick, 8 with Galvanize. But I need slot empty for this, so another item would need to be used. Could use blood. This doesn't feel good, but I won't be needing it during the boss fight. Here I am taking 4, 1 extra because of the Nocturnal Sun. Oh, maybe I was supposed to... Oh, I think I was supposed to play Chasm Horror. Forgot. That's not ideal. Oh. Trick is 6, so 2 bloods kills this thing. Maybe I am supposed to give up on honey? It would make next battle a lot easier, but then I also lose damage during the boss fight. I can do it like this. I need to use 2 bloods here to have the trick big enough to one-shot this annoyance. Gecko can tank Apache's attack. Okay, correcting my error. So that's 4. I can heal him a little, since he likes all types of food. When a monster doesn't like meat, he will get damaged by the blood instead. The deck still feels too big. Just grinding out this pollinator as much as I can. Next turn I'm losing 2. Can I tank this attack? Not with these guys. He was supposed to be on the field already and start cleaning this stuff. If he was drawn earlier, taking out these big chunks of health, but my draw said otherwise. And this is with just 1 card difference. The deck being having 6 cards instead of 5. Trick is at 8. Oh, next turn I also have 8 lowered by 1, so 7, so I kill this. So just tanking this Pachi. Chasm I guess will do it. 4, 5. Everything checks out. 8 here. Oh, now I am getting a free turn here. Oh, it doesn't matter. Trick here, 8. Do you take out Pachi without help? Yes, you do. Berserk is one of the most dangerous talents you can have on a damage dealer. It's so risky. Forget about it once and Crystalline wasn't used this fight. This is 8 here. Okay, this fight is all just in case. Okay, so how bad can it be? Or maybe I power up him instead? If I am expecting him to stay, if he had more health, he would be able to tank the unhinged rat. No, but there's no point tanking unhinged rat from the boss, because Aberration would also be on the field, and Aberration cannot tank in his current form. So let's stick to the amalgamate. How bad can it be? Ah, it could be pretty bad actually. If he like gets something like easy prey, so the opposing enemy would get 2 bonus strength. I want to milk this adrenaline shot one more time. Gecko to 7, but I might need his sleeping move this fight, upcoming fight, or maybe I don't. Does Gecko remain in my team? What's my team? This is 5, I can carry 6, so this could be this 6, especially if I was willing to give him 7/7 boost. 7 speed doesn't matter since he already has 7, but I could use a heal somewhere. Hmm. 5/5 is wasted, given the current situation. On him it could be something that lowers attack of monsters next to him. Oh, so those 2 curses were also in that lower the stats of the neighbors. They were also in the pool. I usually avoid them, so I often forget they exist. So what? Sluggish would be okay. Faint-hearted would be okay. Easy prey. Well, I guess if he's in a different lane it won't matter. Torpid plan would have worked, I guess. Double injection. An even bigger multi-hit attack, but at this point it doesn't matter. I like K-Mo for the boss, but currently my team is not suited for it. Oh, that's a lot of... I can have more crystal surges. I can get another extra creature. Okay, so which fight is easier? My guy is faster, so he can take out these 2. Oh, here is the Nidofank. So yeah, the Fulmination plan would have worked. But you cannot predict it. Should I kill Hornet during the boss fight? Then I could get vengeful. Probably not. Another free body. My deck is already bloated. Could move maybe this Crystal Surge, that would make it easier. It means I am not using Galvanize, which might be okay to pass on it. Or I move Galvanize, so I only have 2 syringes left. I wasted one of this group cover. At the time it seemed like it would make sense, but it turned out to be unnecessary measure. My Gecko doesn't have a good matchup here. 7/7/7. Oh, this is much easier. He will probably use Gaping Maw first, so I need to probably put him to sleep or kill him with my Aberration. This is an easier fight. Probably don't need that many Crystal Surges. Might cut him now. Can put boss to sleep with this, even though it's a little imperfect. It would be perfect if I move Nocturnal Sun or Chokehold elsewhere. It's also a sleep that's more demanding because it needs to be applied every turn. And with this I could put boss, or with... maybe I replace Gecko with this Cuckoo. But this Cuckoo is fairly tanky, and I do have Berry. Could be the same as Gecko, but better in terms of health. So how do I do this? If I draw these two first, double bite would be at, with Galvanize at 4 each, and they are multiplied, so 2 times 8 this dies. This is left at 1 health. I can finish him with anything. Gecko can deal with this. Gecko can deal with this. My draws can make things easy or more difficult for me, since I am carrying this Hornet and I'm trying to milk it for longer than I should. Can I make use of this shell? I could on this Cuckoo. He could act as my exterminate magnet, and yeah, that sounds does it work? I mean, it does work by itself. It's just that, does it work with what I am doing, since I need to use Crystal Surge twice? So I am, like I mentioned earlier, I am putting boss to sleep during, like, let's say second turn, so that's my first slot. Unless the boss is using some irrelevant move like Subjugation, which should be effectively doing nothing against my team. So I would have Cuckoo in the first slot on the left, Crystallon in the middle, Aberration last. That means one of my syringes would go to the Nocturnal Sun and last to this Impregnable Shell. Is that right? To go all in very fast. I'm getting 2 honeys here. I need to remember that. Getting those honeys, that second honey might be difficult. If I could put him to sleep, catch these 2, maybe I will need to use group cover during this fight. I probably should have used it earlier and get extra blood. I forgot about it. Yeah, that was very bad. We should have more blood from the previous fight. I didn't think about it at the time. I was too occupied with those draws that were not ideal. Now I might draw even worse because it's 7. Maybe I should cut Crystal Surge move it elsewhere. Could move Crystal Surge here. I'm not sure if I want to have... I can have two monsters with the same health if I still have blood. I could self-damage my own guy. So this cuckoo would always act as a... could act as a... exterminate magnet. Blocking it easily. But for that to work I would need to put Colossus to sleep anyway, so maybe that doesn't work after all. Unless I would need to extract both of these. At this point it's probably not worth it to use my remaining syringes like this. So what, Crystal Surge here? He's played on the second. Oh wait, I think this might work. Because I'm putting him to sleep during the turn. So that's the same as using sleep, so Colossus will not do anything on that turn. So maybe I don't need this cuckoo either. But for that to work, I'm applying this one torpidity to boss on the second turn, and then whenever I need to put boss to sleep and have him out of action for 2 turns, I use this chokehold. So that's the remaining 5 points of torpidity, 6 torpidity, and the enemy goes to sleep. And he will be asleep the turn after 2. Take out these two. Courtship. Where can I farm my honey? If I kill here, manage to put this guy to sleep, the tentacle will spawn, tentacle will give me time. Is there any other way I could give negative debuff to my guy? I want to be safe... No, that wouldn't work either. No, it would. Crystal Search. I could take this cave mode with me and play the Colossus fight slower. That's still a fair bit of damage. Tentacles, Nocturnal Sun. To make drawing my cards harder with all those tentacles. Tentacles would power up Vengeful though. Maybe I move Vengeful here. Right now he acts as a magnet for the Exterminate attack and I cannot protect him. But I can revive him. I can revive him. then Vengeful wouldn't work, but maybe that's okay. Probably should have let this Hornet die. Last fight. It's getting a little awkward to use it. This is a harder fight, although this guy will be relatively harmless since he is in the first slot. He won't copy any attack. He will just have Body Slam. This Neuromorphous. Yes, not getting that blood was very bad. In the previous fight. It would give me more flexibility now, but oh yes, I drew very well. Oh, this forces me. Oh, I didn't draw the... well, I drew my damage. I didn't draw my right sleep, so I guess I need to kill this cave now. Do I? What else I could do? I could sacrifice this Hornet and it would in fact die twice here, which would be exactly what I want, and it would... Carcoplit would die, Amalgamate would be hit by 4 because of the easy prey. I would revive my Hornet and it would die to the Gaping Mouth again. So I would get all the honey I wanted. Then he puts himself to sleep here. I can finish him off next turn, or do I load my damage here? Well, I am drawing my sleep, so I guess this doesn't matter. Yeah, this looks good. I accomplish my objective. Take extra damage, but it's within what I wanted. So no car complete. If I had even one item that would apply negative effect, I would consider catching him, since items that give negative effects can also be applied to your own monsters, which I sometimes do to trigger this impregnable shell and get the protection. Excellent, 2 honeys. And he is powered up. Oh, never mind. He also goes to sleep, but doesn't matter, I can take them out now. So he retreats either way. This guy is of no concern. Oh. Yeah, that I was supposed to retreat this crystal on to get two procs on this galvanized talent. Now I can get only one. So what else do I do in this situation? Oh, I want syringe for this. Does this mean I am catching this cave now? Using cave maw probably as an insurance in case I mess up my Berserk somehow. Which happened before. In another run many months ago. This can hit. Well, this can kill. This also can kill. Hallucinogen would be left. Or not. I could kill him too. So maybe that's what I do. Double bite for... each hits for... 6, so that's 12. 12 to this cave maw. Oh, actually he will get even more because of the nocturnal sun. I could put him to sleep and... well, it's too late now that I hit him with the ambush fist, but I guess I will believe in my previous plan, since I have a very clean kill here against all of them. I got all the honey I wanted, like I planned earlier. I am faster than this tentacle. This dies. So he's hit by what? First hit does 8. Yes, that's no overshoot. I guess I could have used Bloodlust instead, but That attack still is a little weird to me. Can I get some more blood? 2 uses of group cover is would let me get 1 blood. I probably shouldn't bother even. I can put him to sleep, so I do have time. So who would get it? And I don't even know who is supposed to get this Swarm Assault move. I might apply it in combat as a similar to Blood, just to damage this horror a little when he will be out on the field, so he will not be selected by the Exterminate attack. Okay, let's put him to sleep. So I have 6 monster with me, 6 is the right amount. I don't need this. My extra sleep. So I guess you are getting group cover? I probably shouldn't bother, it would take too long. Yeah, just don't bother with it. This option that says 50% chance to get prime food is actually misleading. It's 100% to get a random prime food. Maybe this will be changed at some point. Okay, so do I move this crystal search? I could move Chokehold to this variant. This one will stay on the field with the Nocturnal Sun. I could move Nocturnal Sun. But now that I put already group cover on him, I probably want him to stay in during the fight. I could cut him and keep a spare anesthesia in the bottle. I guess. Crystal Search and something that survives a hit, maybe? So on him. You can alternate between... maybe that wasn't the greatest idea. Oh, we will see. Oh, I was also this Swarm Assault. I guess I will go with 6. I will probably inject this during battle. Oh, I guess now I don't need him. Okay, then. Okay, so who takes the initial hit? Slumber Smash is 10 damage, so maybe you. I can cycle one of them, so that would be something like... I have Swarmers. No, maybe I should Swarm Assault. No, I want Swarm Assault used next turn. Let's see what he selects this turn. So he will select something else. He cannot. I heard that he cannot use status moves twice in a row. So he will probably select attack, probably Unhinged Wrath or Extermination, so I might go all in next turn. I could also play it a little slower, but... yeah, Extermination, that's what I was expecting. I think I can use this. For that to work, I could sacrifice him, that would also make my life easier. I could heal him back to full now, damage him so that he's at 7, and he will be targeted again. And I will be able to start dealing damage. I could revive him, but it just gives me... I can use this as a free turn effectively by sacrificing one of my monsters. If I skip the revive plan, I could revive him, that wouldn't be a problem, it's just I don't think it's worth it. If he selected something else, like subjugation, I probably just... I would have let him live, so... Oh, I could put him to sleep now. See, I could select Chokehold now and he would be put to sleep, but... guess I'm going Crystal Search. How much health do I need on him? Okay, so we are going all in. I will do it a little differently than 7 here. Oh, I almost forgot about my honeys. All in. Big damage. Oh! Oh. 877. Extermination targets him. My buffs are multiplied. And no sleep was needed. And he's dead. I guess I can use this group cover after all. Yeah, now he's very dead. Oh, I was supposed to use... I guess I won't even use Crystal Search again. Yeah, this is already enough to kill him. Oh well. What can you do? I will still avoid picking Berserk most of the time. It's just not the type of playstyle I want to adapt. Oh, and I didn't carry a new creature. So we got a repeat from the previous week, although the difference is that I had this new creature for a moment, for a few fights. I just couldn't find a room to carry it to the end, especially after my spectacular error during the field battle, where I totally missed that the group cover only affects neighbors and not the entire team, which put me in a very awkward situation. Instead of the fight being a decisive one, like I had planned, it turned out into a mess, from which I recovered, but it was totally avoidable. Okay, so I guess even with an incomplete Bestiary I can still take a look at the thing. Since I didn't carry it to the end, his fun fact won't be visible, so I will be revisiting him. Yeah, no star on him, just we'll be revisiting him later. So what can you do? More of those position-based moves, which I am a little skeptical about, because they are not flexible. Like, in order to use this type of move, the monster that's using them, he also needs to tank a hit, and the opposing enemy will not always give you a free turn where you can apply this type of move, so this is just too clunky. I mean, when it works it's great, when it doesn't it's terrible, so make up your mind whether this would suit you or not. To me this is too much. Yeah, this is closer to what I was expecting, giving armor to everyone, even though it's a less amount. You don't have to play with this positioning stuff, which doesn't fit monster of those such poor stats. The speed is effectively wasted when you are going for this buff others, unless you also buff yourself. Then the speed might matter a little, so you can have the move used before the attack connects with the monster, and maybe you can preserve some health on him, so this rally would have worked. Oh, and this bulwark, yeah, that seems a lot better than what my variant had no talents yet, so I guess I got the short end of the stick here. So yeah, here it's team, so it would include himself. Yeah, this variant is great. Oh man, the difference in power between this B variant and the stuff I got is just... Well, maybe if I got this rally it wouldn't be completely... It would have been better, but still, if you can get the B variant with the same move, maybe even with this group cover, probably not. At least with this bulwark you are rewarded from applying armor from anywhere, including to this creature, so that lets you tank up better, whereas this variant is effectively wasted unless you get this exclusively, and even then you would wish you had the different variant, making the A variant terrible most of the time. Here, even if you don't get the rally move, at least you still have bulwark. So what the last one has to offer? Uh, when placed, so that's already something that you can trigger often enough, and on death. That's more convoluted, and it's a miracle that the run I just had even allowed me to farm on death triggers. The second part seems like something that would not be flexible enough. It might create some interesting board states, but those board states are probably the ones that are already favorable to you, where like enemies passing turns and you are setting up a death of a monster, loading up armor on your other monsters. But still, this being this part is not flexible, but on placed is. So you can power up your two teammates. I guess that alone is probably good enough in the early game. This second part is probably only relevant in rare situations like in this run where I am farming on death, and even then it probably won't matter in most situations. But the more common scenario is that you are just sacrificing this guy on purpose because he outlived his usefulness and you just want to armor up your teammates to finish the fight with that extra armor. Yeah, that would work. So this variant is also better, and it can also roll the same moves. So one variant is most of the time terrible, and the others at least can do something probably, well, at least with their talents alone. Without talent, this monster is kind of terrible. The art is cute, so has that one thing going. Cute turtle. But enough bad mouthing that poor creature because of my own error. Next time we'll be facing the last boss, and then the cycle will continue until I catch all the new monsters. There are still 10 left to go. And there's another one coming due to the new creature competition, which recently closed the entrance. We will see how it develops from there. Anyway, next time.